Hey guys, so this car, my 2007 Range Rover Supercharged, has had like a very subtle exhaust sputter, very small, and it sounds like a pinhole somewhere in the tubing, or maybe even a exhaust manifold bolt has backed out or fallen out, and it's just one of those things that's always just kind of nagged me. And so today I'm going to take the exhaust off because we got nowhere else to go. I'll take the exhaust off and figure out if I can pinpoint exactly where this is coming from. So let's get going. The exhaust is actually one giant piece for both sides. So it mounts here. There's 3 bolts. Can't really tell, but you'll see them in a bit here. You got 2 hangers here on each side. You got one over there. You got this one here. So it bolts up off the manifold. These 2 hangers, and then 2 bolts in the back that hold the back portion of the assembly up against the body of the car. I'll show you those in a second. And here's the back part. So the best thing that I have found is to disconnect this nut. All right, the bolt's fastened to the mount itself. Just disconnect this nut and don't even worry about these hangers because they're more of a problem than it's worth. So disconnect this nut. There's one on the other side. Use a floor jack to hold up the weight of this while you disconnect the manifold. It's like a downpipe bolt. And then once you get those loose, let it hang. Pop out the 2 hangers in the middle of the car, and then use your floor jack to slowly lower this down, and the whole thing will just fall out right off from underneath the car. That's about the best method I've found. All right, guys, here's how I've been doing it. So there is the little rubber bushing. I got it halfway off. I don't know if you can tell or not. Use a little WD-40, squirt it on the nipple on the top side here. Let me get my light in a better spot. So on the top side, you'll see a nipple that sticks out. Scoot it all the way outboard, and then squirt some WD-40 or silicone or whatever you got on there. And then I scoot it to halfway, all right? That way all I got to do is pop this one. And then there's the other side. Pop that one. All right, I've already undone the 3 bolts on each of the manifold downlets. So that's down. You can see it's starting to hang. I already disconnected the O2 sensors too, which I forgot to mention. I got my jack holding up the muffler box itself. All right, that way it's not going to fall completely from the car. And I've already loosened up the bolts inside of there. Let me get around so you can actually see it. So here's the bolt that I was telling you about before. Right there, okay, that holds that whole polyurethane or whatever they are muffler hangers, all right? Then we got the same thing on the other side. Let's undo those real quick. That one is also hand tight. Reach up there and get it loose. It's got tension on it, it seems. Let's get my ratchet on there. These are 15 millimeters. And I want to say the downpipe or the, it's like a manifold T really, where the primary oxygen sensors are at. I think those were 14s. I'm not 100%. I don't remember. Mine are aftermarket. When I took it apart, I busted a couple of the bolts, so I had to go and buy some up on the front, you know, where it comes off the motor. So these are kind of, you know, the ones I got on there now are just something I've had to add because I've broken them. All right. Just making sure it's all good by feel. Now these bolts, right here that we just took the nut off, you have to poke them in and get this muffler situated so it'll fall off, or come loose, I should say. There. See? Poke it back through the hole so the whole thing can now drop with ease. Boom! Now the whole exhaust is on the ground. Alright, so the exhaust is off, and now I'm looking at the mating surfaces for any telltale signs of leak. And there, I don't see any. However, I don't know if the camera will pick this up. If you look right there, you could just make it out on that last cylinder. You see the black around the manifold. That is indicative of a leak. So, I am going to see about torquing that down, find out if it is actually loose, and if it can be retightened, because remember, this is an old car, so I'm not trying to get, too in the weeds about this. I just want to kind of get it fixed to see if that truly is the issue. And then I'll see if I can get a gasket and so on in the meantime. But yeah, let's get a wrench on that and see how sloppy it is. Alright guys, this seems to be the culprit. That little bit of black on the exhaust manifold, the blow-by, whatever, all them bolts are tight, so I'm going to have to investigate that further. I don't have the gaskets to start tearing it apart, so I'm going to start here, because this had a lot of blow-by on it, and it's completely smashed. This is something that I got and used just because it was all I had available at the time, so I figured I'd give it a go, and it has failed me also. So I got a new one coming, and then also, back here in the tailpipe, I noticed that I had split the connections here. This is the bottom, mind you. I bottomed out and smashed this somehow. So I'm going to have to explore how to get that fixed. Alright guys, I got the job done. Thanks to my little friend Auntie C's and some pretty graphic curse words. Yeah, it's therapeutic. You have to curse at your car, okay? No, kidding aside. This was the culprit. Now, this is not a factory Land Rover part. This is something from my local auto parts store. It's copper. It's one of those header collector gasket kind of things. This is the 3-inch, okay, and this is perfect. These holes are lined up perfectly. The problem is this needs to be 2.5-inch. So it didn't seal. Hey, come on, give me a break. I had to do it. Long story short, I needed something now. They had this. I stuffed it in there. It worked for a little while, but apparently a few heat cycles later, it's just garbage. So there you go. This turned out to be the culprit. I've already started the car, ran it through a heat cycle, got underneath it, retorqued everything. Sorry I didn't record the reassembly. I'm kind of pressed for time. And then right when I was getting through the retorque of everything, I thought, oh yeah, I got to finish that video. So please forgive me, okay? But everything went together well. It sounds great. I was able to make up a couple of pinholes that I'd gotten off-roading, I guess. I don't know. They just had pinholes in there from like a graze mark on a rock or something like that. So I just kind of buzzed those shut real quick. And apparently I smashed the tailpipes. They kind of bent up a little bit. I noticed they were a little closer to the body than I remember. And sure enough, underneath there's stress cracks all up underneath those little ears that come off the muffler box. So I'm gonna get another muffler. I'll probably, put some welds on that one or something like that, or maybe braze it. I don't know. But is it worth it? I don't know. If that muffler falls off, my Range Rover sounds a little better. A little loud, but it'll be all right for the time. I mean, I'll get another muffler on there and quiet her down because it is a Range Rover after all. And I'm not that hillbilly. So what I want to do is thank you for your attention. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. All the usual YouTuber ending statements. And I got a couple other things coming up. I have serpentine belts I'm going to be doing on this thing. And the pulleys and the idler pulleys. I also found that hub that the fan sits on, the fan clutch. I actually found that thing finally. So now I'm gonna, do that job now that I have all the parts complete. Because when I do these jobs, I like to just do everything, not like one pulley. Because a month down the road, the other pulley's gonna go bad. So you gotta get back in there and do it again. So I'll just replace it all. And I'm thinking about doing the water pump too. Because that water pump's got 176,000 miles on it. So Murphy's Law. I'll get it all done, and a month later, that sucker will go, and I'll have to take it all back apart again. Such is life. So thanks again. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe if you care to. And we'll see you in the next video. I don't know if you can see this, but the weather is looking fantastic. So I'm probably going to go get the M5, and there may be something felonious involved with the speed limit or something. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, you guys have a great one. Enjoy your day, and we'll catch you later.